Most people think financial freedom is about earning more money, get a better job, work harder, build more income, then everything will be fine. But for many people, more money doesn't automatically create more peace. The real turning point isn't just income. The turning point is learning to see money differently, not as dollars, but as life energy. Money is your time and attention converted into cash. Every dollar you have represents hours you spent working, thinking, commuting, preparing, and recovering. So when you spend money, you're not only spending currency, you're spending pieces of your life. That SY simple system starts with one powerful mindset shift. Before you ask, can I afford this? You ask, how many hours of my life does this cost? To answer that honestly, you need to calculate your real hourly wage, not the number on your contract. Real hourly wage includes the full cost of working. Start with your income. Then subtract work-related expenses, transportation, lunches, clothes, tools, and even stress spending that happens because work drains you. Then look at your time, not just hours on the job, but commuting, getting ready, and the time it takes to recover and feel normal again. When you divide what's left by your total work-related hours, you get your true hourly rate. This changes everything, because now purchases have a time price. $60 purchase might not be just $60. It might be 3 hours of your life. A subscription you barely notice might quietly cost you a full day of work every month. When you see money as time, you stop spending automatically and start spending intentionally because time is limited. That leads to the next concept, enough. Many people chase more because they assume more always equals happier, but fulfillment doesn't work like that. There's a curve. At the beginning, spending increases happiness quickly. You buy survival food, rent, safety. Then you buy comfort, convenience, stability, less stress. Then you buy luxuries, nice upgrades, status items, extras. But after a certain point, more stops adding real value. It often becomes clutter, distraction, pressure, and stress. So the goal isn't to buy nothing. The goal is to find your personal peak, enough, the level where your life feels good, your needs are met, your days feel lighter, and your spending supports what matters. Everything beyond that point has a higher risk of costing more life energy than it returns in happiness. Once you understand life energy and enough, the next step is building conscious spending habits. Most people fail because they try to budget perfectly from day on, creating strict rules, then breaking them, then feeling guilty. A better approach starts with something simpler: tracking. For 7 to 14 days, write down every purchase, not to judge yourself, just to observe. Observation changes behavior. When you track honestly, you start noticing patterns: where you overspend, what triggers impulse buys, and which expenses are truly meaningful versus automatic. Tracking reveals money leaks you never saw when spending was invisible. Then, before you buy anything non-essential, use a simple 3-question filter. First, will this purchase increase my fulfillment more than it costs in life energy? Second, does this align with my values and the life I'm trying to build? Third, if work were optional, if I didn't have to work to survive, would I still buy this? These questions are powerful because they separate real value from emotional spending. They help you stop buying things that only feel good for 5 minutes but cost you hours, stress, and clutter later. Now, a simple money system doesn't ignore income. Income matters, but not in the work more and suffer way. Think of work as a transaction. You trade life energy for money. The smarter goal is to increase the value of your time so you can work less for the same or better results. That might mean improving skills, moving into higher value roles, negotiating better pay, building a side income, or choosing opportunities that pay more per hour of effort. The point is not endless grind. The point is to protect your life energy. Finally, you create the escape plan by tracking 3 lines each month: monthly income, monthly expenses, investment income. Financial freedom happens at the crossover point when investment income covers Your monthly expenses. At that moment, you have options. You can keep working because you want to, not because you have to. And here's a truth most people underestimate. Cutting costs doesn't only save money now, it also lowers the number you need to be at. If your expenses are smaller, your crossover point arrives sooner. If your lifestyle requires less, your freedom becomes more achievable. That's why this system works. It builds freedom from both sides, spending with intention and increasing the power of your income. In the end, remember the real purpose. Financial freedom isn't about quitting work to do nothing. It's about reclaiming your time. It's about having choices. It's about peace of mind. Money is only the tool. Your life is the goal. So start small. Calculate your real hourly wage. Track your spending for 2 weeks. Define what enough means for you. And use the 3-question filter. When you treat money as life energy, you stop losing time without noticing and you start building a life that actually feels free.